Hi all, welcome to episode 2 of Trading to Glory, folks. Definitely, hopefully, tapping into what was paying off in the first episode. Hopefully you found this useful, folks. Smash like as always, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at GZLegend. All links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. Definitely hopeful of not just tapping into what we had paying off successfully, but hopefully you've had some good fillers as well. Let me know in the comments down below as well what you've been using. So starting off on the episode, focusing back on what is still working, which is our player of the month fillers. We're going to just do a few minutes, I would say 10, like I'll work out about 5-10 minutes. Obviously we've keep it speeded up, just that was a bit manic there with Hernandez. I'm bad for that. What I'll for those curious, what I do is I put the thing on buy now. So all I need to do is when I'm doing my when you do compare price, you have it ready on buy now. If you're just doing the transfer targets way, you just have to kind of take that little bit of extra time to scroll down to buy now. And as you see that Oscar, we made a muck up where we bid on it by mistake, because obviously yes we were prepared, but we kind of slipped up with that, which kind of went against us. It would have been good profit if we got them, but as always we can't get everything that we want. But as I said, it depends how you want to approach it. If like some people do go ultra fast doing the compare price way, I do try and mix it up as best as I can to avoid any of that happening. But that was a bit of a bummer there, that Renato Augusto, that would have been a good wee snipe there. But yeah, so coins are still going up quite nicely, not drastically up, I will admit that, but they're still going at a level where we're making coins, we're making profit, and hopefully we can kind of make the breakthrough where we can then start to look elsewhere, because we might then start looking at more player of the month filters, focusing on when Hazard or Sterling drops, depending who wins the award obviously. But it's more a case of preparing, logically sniping on for them. So for example, Company might be a good snipe, Belgians or high rated English players. So it will be interesting. Man City players in general, decent ones, Chelsea players, whoever else may be between both teams. If then that's what I'll then consider nearer the time. But if I see ones, but I'll kind of not rush into it, and I might even show some of. I might even see where inform sniping pays off a bit more just now. It might pay off a bit more once player of the month drops, if informs are required, but for now, because they're not really needed, it would be kind of just I wouldn't feel like I'm getting great snipes unless it's like Mandzukic or Stark, Maguire, Suso, someone like that for example. But another or so to the pile, just a few more coins into the kitty. But coins definitely going up, and I will not complain regardless. End of the day, profit's profit. That is the way I'm looking at it. I'm not going to really show heavily, like say, want to watch trading, because it's not something I do. It's because that's more like I can do it, but I'm not a fan of it. I prefer other fillers. But Nara Tardelli to the pile. Happy days indeed. Profits definitely rolling in quite nicely. But I'm hopeful that with the UCL cards we can actually get sniping them. They're what I really want to be consistently sniping, because I feel I've missed so many off camera that surely if I record on camera, that luck can finally go our way, whether it be just through luck or just through making good profits. But I've got to be wary as well that if packs go our way as well, then that helps the coin balance as well. So remember to watch other videos like marquee matchups and just general trading guide videos. If like coin balance, you might see suddenly just shooting up higher than usual, so be wary of that. But that was a good little run there, getting a couple of Hernanes and an Urso, missing one in the process. So that'll probably be a little bit of decent coinage there, and someone is definitely starting to list quite a few Hernanes. And there's another Urso for the pile. We're definitely starting to see a right swing in the market there. That's another Hernanes for the pile. And like, as I said in the last episode, usually I do kind of try and sell everything in bulk, but as you can quite quickly. But because of how quick everything was going up, I actually think we'd have missed a lot of this if we'd just been listening in between. So what I'll do is I'll try and work around it and then take it from there. But that looks like some good profits, to be honest. I will not knock that if they all sell, which I would imagine they will. It might take maybe a couple of minutes, but I'm sure regardless there is profit to be had from that pile. And especially if more Hernanes can shoot up, because people will say, oh, that's sometimes what usually can force people to list their cards for a little bit cheaper. People will be, oh, that person's, as you can see, there's an Urso just for good measure. So now we're moving on to the UCL cards, guys. Coin balance, as you see, is up quite healthily. We've got a good healthy coin balance. Now at the moment, these UCL cards, I can't snipe to save my life for them. I'm doing all. Did I miss that? How we these by mistake like an idiot? Give up. And then we missed swords because of a moment of blank stupidity, and yeah, that's just kind of that in a nutshell. I've got to stop. I've not learned prices yet of these UCL cards. I have not learned them whatsoever. I don't know what's good, what's bad, and that's kind of annoying me. I'm gonna have to really maybe start to think what's working, what's not working with them. And this is like all times of the day. I honestly have no idea. If people will list a pile up for cheap, say early in the day, and then maybe say middle of the evening, there's so many just suddenly just listed up for cheap, and you're like, what's going on? And you've got to be wary. It's like, do you buy the rares, do you buy the non-rares? It's like, what do you buy? And in all honesty, it's like I think I'm putting the rares as priority with the non-rares. Oops, made that right muck up here. That was clever. Try that again. The rares is priority with the non-rares as backup. But what I'm going to show you as well, guys, I'm going to put a pile of bids on them. I doubt it's going to be fruitful, because if not, then I won't show it at the end of the clip. So if it's not proved fruitful, you won't see it at the end of the video, because it kind of flopped horrifically. But I might as well see what we can get, if anything that we can get bids on or whatever, because it might pay off, it might not, but I highly doubt it, guys. So by now I would have jumped into other footage, so I'm going to half assume that this has just ended in disaster, guys. But hopefully you enjoyed this regardless. Smash like as always, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter, GZLegend, take it easy all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.